Hey y'all, it's Emily de Cruz, your virtual marketing mentor, and today I want to talk to you guys about why you need to start going live. I know, girl, I know, sis, I know, bro. You're like, listen, Emily, going live, that's cute and all, but I just really don't know what to say, and I feel weird like just talking to a random camera. I don't know, people don't show up. I don't know how to get people engaged. I'm shy, I'm camera shy, and I feel like I'm gonna trip up on my words. I've heard it all, and I feel you. Going live is hard. Putting yourself in front of an audience, unrehearsed, out there just to make mistakes is difficult. But it's very important to consider what you will gain once you step outside of your comfort zone. There are people whose entire sales depend on them going live. There are people who have built entire businesses off of them going live, like Nicole Walters, who blew up on Periscope as Scopra, or my friend Maddie James, who built a huge following when she was on Periscope and going live up to once a day. People like Maya Elliott, people like CC from the Six Figure Chick, all of these amazing entrepreneurs and bloggers that we know and love have really been able to harness the power of going live and getting in front of their audience to make bank. So if you're a business owner, if you're a blogger, if you're somebody who wants to get paid online, going live is not an option. It's not optionable. Optionable? It's not optional. It's not optional. Okay? So I want to give you 3 reasons why you need to go live, and then share a couple of tips as to how you can be a little bit more successful when you go live. Right? So the first thing is going live allows you to immediately build trust with your audience. Being there, having a candid conversation, where people can see you, they can see your expressions, and they can see how you respond just off the top of your head, really helps to position you as an expert, really helps to build trust and credibility, because they know that you're not just going off to Google answer to their questions, or, that you're not fake. They can see right there in front of the camera that you're a real person. They can see your authenticity, they can see your personality, and that immediately builds trust. The next thing is going live allows you to get to know your audience better. There's something about going live that allows you to really, really engage with your audience in a way that comments on your blog and on Instagram, or even emailing back and forth, does not do. That quick communication, that conversation that you're having while going live is really helping you to get to know your audience, get to know what it is that they need, what kind of questions do they keep asking, what are they struggling with, and that helps you become a better business owner, because now you know how to be able to sell to them, how to be able to serve them and provide them with the things that they need based on what they are asking you about. So a lot of my content on YouTube, on Instagram stories, my blog posts, all of that is all created based on the conversations that I have on my lives, right? Based on the things that people constantly ask me, the things that people want to know, the questions that I'm constantly getting. That is how I get to know my audience. I get to know who they are, what they want to know about, and frankly, just what they care about, so I can make sure that I'm delivering that to them each and every week. And then the last thing is going live allows you to be seen online. As I always say, we are at war with the algorithm, right? Facebook and Instagram are making it more difficult for brands to get in front of their audience because people have been abusing the power, right? Before, when Instagram had the chronological feed, if I didn't have a 9 to 5, or if I just had a ton of content and all the time in the world, I can post picture after picture after picture after picture and really take over somebody's feed. So I can post once every hour, and if somebody's scrolling on Instagram, they're gonna see my post regardless if they're interested or not. So Facebook and Instagram have changed the algorithm, so now people see the things that they care about, the brands that they engage with, the people that they like. So they've taken away that advantage of people who just had time on their hands and a bunch of graphics to post over and over on Instagram or on Facebook, and now is really giving the power to the user to be able to decide and tell the platform what it is that they want to see. Now, the problem with that is that if somebody just scrolled past your picture or hasn't engaged with you in a while or whatever, your content, whether they want to see it or not, will not be served to them. Right? So for example, I love following Kim Kardashian. I love her pictures, I love her life, she is really a controversial celebrity, but nonetheless, I like her stuff. I don't like hate her or whatever. I haven't seen Kim Kardashian stuff on my timeline in forever. Why? Because a lot of times I'll scroll through her page, but I actually don't end up liking anything. Not because I don't want to like anything, but just sometimes I'm just, doing a quick scroll. So because of that, Kim Kardashian's content isn't really being shown on my feed. Even though she has millions of followers, even though I like her stuff, even though I don't mind seeing it, it's not being shown. So now if you're going live, Facebook, who also owns Instagram, if you didn't know, prioritizes video. They prioritize video and they prioritize live videos. That's why Facebook rolled out shows, that little shows tab on your Facebook app. That's why they rolled out, after you get off of a live, all the people who are live now to help you discover new broadcasts and stuff like that. They are putting an emphasis on video. So you going live allows you to, again, get seen, end up on people's timeline, get prioritized in comparison to your competitors, right? So if you and your competitors are posting the same thing, boom, posting the same kind of pictures, you sell the same kind of product, but you go live and they don't, guess what? You're going to build an audience faster, you're going to build that trust faster, and you're going to be seen more than that competitor who doesn't do it. So that's why I say that going live is just not negotiable, because social media, especially Instagram and Facebook, place a lot of emphasis and put a lot of weight on those kinds of posts, that kind of content. So you really need to step outside of your comfort zone for the sake of your business. This might not be forever. It might just be a season. Next week, Facebook might come out with something else, but it's important for you to keep up with the times, right? You cannot expect different results if you're not willing to implement different strategies. And that's just the name of the game. You have to constantly be up on the latest and greatest in marketing, on the algorithms, what's new on social media, and really be able to reach your audience where they are. Now, if you're finally like, okay, girl, fine, I'll go live, I'll listen. What do I need to do? Here's what I recommend. When I go live, I usually try to have a topic. I don't just go live for the sake of going live. I usually like to have at least an idea, a topic about what I'm going to talk about, right? I need to have some sort of, a guide to know how I'm going to develop the conversation. That's the first thing. The next thing is also knowing that it is a conversation, especially if you are live. It's important to get your audience to engage quickly and early. Why? Because as people comment on that Facebook Live, it's going to start to show up in their feed and in their friends' feed, right? It's going to say, so-and-so commented on Emmelie de la Cruz's video. So the friend that's looking on their page might be like, oh, what is she watching? And tune in. So it helps for your content to be discovered. It also helps people to warm up and to be more likely to engage with you. If you ask them a question, if you ask them where they're from, if you ask them, what they're doing, their name, whatever it is, whether it's, hey, welcome guys, as you jump on in, introduce yourself, let me know your name and where you're tuning in from, or, let me know what you're doing on this Friday. As you broadcast, asking questions like, hey, today we're going to be talking about websites. How many of you have Squarespace websites? How many of you have WordPress websites? Do you have a website at all? But getting people to engage with you and respond to your questions is going to make your broadcast a lot more interactive and help people to know that you're not just there to talk at them, but to talk with them, right? And then the last thing is really to keep your live to 3 main points. Whether your live is 10 minutes or 60 minutes, it's really hard to remember a whole bunch of things, not go off on tangents, and not make it dry, for lack of a better term, right? So if you don't want to, bore your audience, keep it to 3 points. Keep it simple, whether it's, 3 reasons, 3 examples, 3 points that you want to touch on, 3 things that you want to share. Whatever it is, whenever I go live, I usually just jot down my 3 points and go through them, and then engage with my audience throughout the broadcast to make it really, really simple for me to not have to remember a ton of content, but also to keep my audience engaged as I'm broadcasting in the first place. So don't do way too much. Honestly, like I said, 10, 15 minutes. It's a good chunk of time to go live. You don't have to, make it extravagant and have makeup on and be perfect and have the cleanest house and the best lighting. It's just about building that relationship with your audience, and really trying to treat them like friends, right? Just like friends that you're FaceTiming or video chatting with, and you're chatting and catching up on life. Right? So don't overthink this. Don't feel like you have to have a production studio to get it done. It's all about just starting. If you're still in need of a little bit more help, if you want to know more about what to say when you go live, I definitely encourage you to sign up for my Go Live Challenge. It is going to help you go live by actually giving you prompts. So every day for 30 days, you're going to get a Facebook message that's going to tell you, go live about this. That way, if you're stuck on creating content, or if you just don't really know what to say, I'm going to prompt you on talking about your businesses, your services, your products, and your life, so that you can get the hang of going live until it kind of becomes second nature and you don't mind doing it anyway. On my first Facebook Live, nobody showed up, but I still have the recording on my Facebook page, which is great because now people can refer back to it whether they were there live or not. When I go live on Instagram, some days I'll have 40 people on, some days I have 4 people on. But it's all about continuing to create that content for your audience, and eventually, once you're consistent, they will catch on. But if you give up after your first live, or you give up after your first few lives because it wasn't what you expected, you're never gonna build that consistency, and you're never gonna build up that viewership of your audience. Think about it like a TV show. If you only were able to see a TV show once a month, or it only came on once every other week on random times, there would be no way for you to show up. The reason why I'm able to watch The Bachelorette is because I know that it comes on every Monday at 8 or at 9. Not sure, whatever time it comes on. I know it comes on Monday, so I can always check for it, make sure that I have my TV on, and make sure that I'm going to that channel. But if the show came on one day, Monday at 8, and then the next day, Tuesday at 12:30, and then the next day, the next week on Fridays, it's going to be hard for me to keep up because I have things going on in my own life, right? So setting a schedule for yourself, becoming consistent, and really doing something that your audience comes to expect is how you build that audience and that viewership, because they know that they can always expect to hear from you once a week, or once a day, or whatever it is. Alrighty, so I hope this was helpful. As I said, if you would like more help and you would like to be held more accountable, you can join my Go Live Challenge for absolutely free every day for 30 days. Prompts will be coming right to you. So I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.